for the vast majority of us, the economy that we have now, we typically trust the people who tell us what's going on in the economy. And the reality is that's because so many of us, including me, don't necessarily know how to gauge what's happening in the economy. The only way that we can really gauge it is going to the grocery store and wow, my $20 bought nothing.
Right.
And so we feel it when we pay for things, but to know what's going on economically is not necessarily in our wheelhouse. And so I am wondering, the same feels like it's true, even with this Bitcoin, is people are trying to discern who to trust. And why they should trust them, and if, they should trust them. It is hard to know who to trust. And so that's why, even as we're looking at Bitcoin, it's open sourced. And I didn't know what open source meant initially, but the reality is that it can be audited. It can be viewed by anyone, anywhere, anytime. So it's one of those things that makes it, if I knew enough about technology and computers, I actually wouldn't have to trust you telling me what you're telling me, because I could actually look at it myself, which is something that we cannot do with the current fiat currency economy. We are forced to trust what we're being told. So just to ask that hard question of why should people trust you?
I'll give you a lot of reasons.
Okay.
So one, I would say find anyone who's ever known me in the last 45 years. All the way back to childhood, growing up at 125 Loden Place, Jackson, Mississippi 39209. Right? I mean, neighbors, Christian missionaries we knew growing up. Everyone I ever knew in college, which was, as you know, basically everybody that was on the Belhaven University campus between 1999 and 2003. Go ask anyone who ever worked for me, which by the end of 11 years was more than 200 people. Go ask anyone I worked with in the legislature, which was 8 years, numerous people in the legislature. So the number one thing I would say is find somebody who knows me who has no reason to lead you astray. Second, go validate everything I say with independent sources. I'm not saying anything that BlackRock is not saying, or that Fidelity is not saying, or that very credible voices. You don't have to go listen to government voices who have an incentive to tell you what you do or don't want to hear. Go listen to independent people like Fidelity and BlackRock who have actually done the work. Also, I would say, the beauty of Bitcoin is you don't have to trust me. The Bitcoin source code is open source. You can pay any software developer you know. If you've got some wonky, techie software developer friend who likes to live in a darkly lit cave and work on computers, you can ask them to go audit the Bitcoin code themselves. Just tell them, hey, I want you to go check out Bitcoin. Go dig through the source code and tell me if it's doing what it says it's going to do. You can audit the source code. The entire Bitcoin network is audited every 10 minutes by the Bitcoin miners. So every 10 minutes, every transaction that's ever been done in human history on the Bitcoin network is audited that way. And you can do that yourself. You can run your own Bitcoin node, which I have. It's literally this big. It fits inside it's not even a shoebox. It's like a couple of decks of cards stacked together. And I've got the entire Bitcoin network running on this little thing. You can go get one of those. They cost a couple $100. And you can have the whole Bitcoin network at your house. So from a trust perspective, it's like, you can't trust me. You can trust people who know me. You can trust the sources I cite. You can trust BlackRock and Fidelity and Franklin Templeton and Van Eck and everybody who's got Bitcoin exchange traded funds. Or you can choose to trust nobody and just go look at the Bitcoin network yourself. Bitcoin lays it all out for you and says, here's all my lines of code. Here's my blockchain. Please audit me. The Federal Reserve of the United States was created in 1913. It has never been audited once in 111 years or however long it's been. The Federal Reserve has never been audited. Bitcoin gets audited every 10 minutes. Everything in the government is closed. It's closed doors, it's closed software, it's closed. Not even the US government can tell you how many dollars are in circulation exactly right now. They can guess, they don't know. The Bitcoin network will tell you how much Bitcoin is in circulation to the second. Anytime you want to ask. That is the sort of transparency that says, you can trust any of these things, but you don't have to. It's so beautiful. And we've never had that before. Even gold. You don't know how much gold there is. You're guessing at how much gold Russia has, how much gold China has. How much gold is in Fort Knox in the United States? They tell you. Has it been audited? Has anyone ever seen it? We don't know. But Bitcoin Bitcoin is wide open. It's an open book and it's beautiful.
Yeah.